Good morning. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the fundamentals of spatial filtering. So here, what is filtering? Generally, we know that the definition of low-pass filter. So what is the purpose of the low-pass filter? The purpose of the low-pass filter is it passes only low frequencies. And means it allows only low frequencies and rejects whatever the frequencies are other than low frequency. In a similar fashion, images also pass through the filter. So here this filter refers to the green pass filter, like blue pass filter, or any other filter. That means whenever we pass any image through filter, filters may allow certain components of an image. So filter refers to the passing or rejecting certain frequency components of the image. So certain frequency components. So what are the general components which are present in the image? So the components are pixels. So every pixel will have some intensity level. So filter will pass certain intensity levels as per our requirement, so that it can perform filtering. So direct manipulation of pixels in an image is called spatial filtering. As you know it, we can manipulate. That means we can add 2 pixels directly, or we can multiply any 2 pixels directly without any transformation requirement. Directly we can perform the manipulations of the pixels in spatial filtering. The term filter in digital image processing is refers to the sub-image. So generally, how we will make a filter in the images. So in generally, filter is a sub-image through which we will pass our image. So how we prepare this filter? We prepare this filter from the components of the image itself, and we will call it as a sub-image. Filter is also called as a mask, kernel, template, or window. So the most of the times we will use the terms called kernel, window. The values in the filter sub-image are referred to as the coefficient of the filters rather than the pixels. The same values, suppose if they are present in the image, then we may call it as a pixels. But for a sub-image, that is our filter, we may call the pixels as a coefficients of the filter, not a pixels. So spatial filtering is used for the purpose of smoothing an image, for the purpose of sharpening an image. Spatial filtering consisting of, first, we need to define a neighborhood. This neighborhood typically a small window, and most of the time we will prefer a rectangular window. The neighborhood may be either square, or we can say circular neighborhood, or we can say rectangular neighborhood. But the most of the times we will prefer the rectangular window, that is rectangular neighborhood. After that, a predefined operation that is to be performed on the image pixels and composed by the neighborhood we need to define. So we are performing the spatial filtering means what we are doing two things. We are creating a neighborhood and we are defining a operation that is to be performed on the images and composed by this neighborhood. So filtering creates a new pixels with the coordinates equal to the center of the neighborhood. Whenever we are moving our sub-image, that is our filter here, on the image, each and every time we will calculate the filtered pixels which are equal to the center of the neighborhood. So that means whatever the area which is covered by the neighborhood, based on the predefined operation, we will compute a value, and that value is the filtered value, and which is placed at the location of the neighborhood, that is the center of the neighborhood. Filtered image is generated as the center of the filter visits each pixel in the input image. That means we need to move the neighborhood from one pixel to another pixel. Like that, we need to cover the entire image in order to generate a filtered image. If the operations performed on the pixels of the neighborhood are linear, then the operations are called linear spatial filtering. Otherwise, the operations are called nonlinear spatial filtering. Here is a mechanism of spatial filtering. So in this mechanism of spatial filtering, we will try to understand what is a linear spatial filtering and how to perform this linear spatial filtering. After that, we will move on to the nonlinear spatial filtering operation. Here, in linear spatial filtering, the filtering process consisting simply of moving the filter mask from one pixel to another pixel in the image. At each point x comma y, which is the spatial coordinate, the response of the filter at that point is calculated using a predefined relationship. That predefined relationship may be calculating average, or calculating the maximum value, or calculating the minimum value of the pixels, or adding of the pixels, or subtraction of the pixels, whatever it may be. For example, consider a 3 by 3 neighborhood whose size is m by n, where m equal to 2a plus 1, n equal to 2b plus 1, and a and b are also constants. At any point x comma y in the image, the response, that is output g of x comma y, or response we may call it as a capital R of the filter, is the sum of the products of the filter coefficients and the image pixels passed by the filter, and this can be defined with this equation. Capital R equal to, okay, so before going to this equation directly, you can see the mechanism of spatial filtering, how we are performing the spatial filtering, and this is the magnified drawing of a 3 by 3 mask. We can see in the image, in this picture, there is a 3 by 3 mask. So this 3 by 3 mask is magnified, and we are showing again two things in the magnified region. That is, one is filter mask, and second one is the pixels of the image section under the filter mask. Here, if you see, the filter mask is placed on the pixels of image section under mask. That is, W of minus 1 comma minus 1, W of minus 1 comma 0, W of minus 1 comma 1, W of 0 comma minus 1, W of 0 0, W of 0 1, W of 1 comma minus 1, W of 1 comma 0, W of 1 1 are the filter mask coefficients. These coefficients, filter mask is a 3 by 3 mask consisting of the coefficients in 3 rows and 3 columns. And we need to place this mask on the image which will cover the sub area of the image, that is f of x comma minus 1 comma y minus 1, f of x minus 1 comma y, f of x minus 1 comma y plus 1, f of x comma y minus 1, f of x comma y, f of x comma y plus 1, f of x plus 1 comma y minus 1, f of x plus 1 comma y, f of x plus 1 comma y plus 1. So these f of x plus 1 comma y plus 1, all these are the pixels of our original image on which we need to place our filter mask. By placing our filter mask, we need to compute the predefined operation which we assume. For example, if you want to calculate average value, we have to multiply the coefficients of the filter with these pixel values. After that, we need to divide the total product with 9 because it is a 3 by 3 mask. There are 9 pixels all together in the mask or all together in the sub image or sub area which is covered by the mask. So R of linear filter with the filter mask at a point x comma y in the image is, see here, each pixel is multiplied with each image pixels are multiplied to filter coefficient like r equal to w of minus 1 comma minus 1 into f of x minus 1 comma y minus 1 plus w of minus 1 comma 0 into f of x minus 1 comma y plus and so on, w of 0 comma 0 into f of x comma y plus and so on, w of 1 comma 0 into f of x plus 1 comma y plus w of 1 comma 1 into f of x plus 1 comma y plus 1. So the coefficient w of 0 0 should be coincident with the image values f of x comma y, indicating that the mask is centered at x comma y when computation of the sum of the product takes place. For a mask of size mn, we assumed already m as a 2a plus 1 and 2b plus 1, n is 2b plus 1, where a and b are non-negative integers, constants. So all this says is that the following discussion will be on the mask of odd sizes, with the smallest meaningful size being 3 into 3. We exclude from our discussion the trivial case of 1 into 1 mask. So most of the time we prefer a mask of size odd, that is 1 by 1, 3 by 3, 5 by 5. But generally 1 into 1 is a trivial case. That means 1 rows, 1 column. That indicates only single pixel. So we won't consider the mask of size 1 by 1 in order to perform the operations, filtering operation. So majority of the time we need to take the smallest meaningful size of mask as 3 by 3. In general, linear filtering of an image of size mn with a filter mask of size mn is given by, this is the equation, g of x comma y equal to summation s equal to minus a to a, summation t equal to minus b to b, w of s comma t into f of x plus s comma y plus t. Here you can see clearly in figure 3.3 spatial filter masks whose coefficients are W1, W2, W3, W4, W5, W6, W7, W8, and W9. These are the filter coefficients. These filter coefficients we are multiplying with the pixel values of an image like Z1, Z2, Z3, and so on, Z4, Z5, Z6, Z7, Z9. So For a 3 into 3 general mask, as shown in the above figure, the response at any point of x comma y in the image is given by capital R equal to W1Z1 plus W2Z2 plus W3Z3, W4Z4 plus W5Z5 plus W6Z6 plus W7Z7 plus W8Z8 plus W9Z9. That means we can write the response of the filter as summation I equal to 1 to 9 Wi Zi. In spatial domain, we can also perform correlation and convolution. Whenever we are performing correlation and convolution, we should come to know what is the relation between this correlation and convolution. Convolution is also same as correlation. Only the difference is the filter mask should be rotated by 180 degrees. That means first we need to perform the correlation with the filter mask. After that, if you rotate that filter mask, after rotating, if you perform correlation again, then we can say that the correlation will be the convolution. So there are two closely related concepts that must be understood clearly when performing the linear spatial filtering operations. One such a linear spatial filtering operation is correlation and other one is convolution. Correlation is the process of moving the filter mask W over the image and computing the sum of products at each location. Whereas convolution is also same as a correlation, except that the filter mask could be rotated by 180 degrees. So in order to understand what is this spatial correlation and what is this spatial convolution, so let us consider an example. Here in A, in this figure, so you can see on the left side, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. All these are the different steps which we are performing in order to get the correlated value as well as convolution values between the filter and the image. And in this image, if you see, the image is represented with F and the filter is represented with W. For example, let us consider first column, so that is related to the correlation, and second column is related to the convolution. In first column, A, in step A, the image is F, which is the original image, and the values of this image are 000, 1, 00, 00, 000, 1, 00, 00 is the image F, on which we are going to perform correlation by a filter whose coefficients are 1, 2, 3, 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 2, 8. So here you can see clearly 1, 2, 3, 2, 8. Now examine here. So this is the original image 000, 1, 00, and this is the filter. Here we are placing the positions. How we are placing the position means the first pixel of the image should coincident with the last coefficient of the mask or the filter, so that we are moving this filter from one location to another location. It will cover the entire image. So this is the starting position, okay, and this is the original image. The first pixel is coincident with the last coefficient of the filter, that is 8. Now we need to move forward. Here, before going to performing the spatial filtering, we will use zero padding, because here this first pixel of given image, last pixel of the given image are coincide. But what about the values before this first pixel of image? So we need to take whatever the vacant positions are there, we need to fulfill those vacant positions with the zeros by zero padding, and at the same time the same number of values should be placed on the right side of the image. So in the filter mask we have 5 components, 5 coefficients are given. So the last coefficient is coincident with the image, so 4 are left. So we need to take the 4 zeros and we need to place the 4 zeros in front of the image, that's at the same time at the end of the image, like this. You can see clearly the zero padding how we performed in step C. After performing this zero padding, we need to move the position of the filter. We need to move the position of the filter like this. How we are moving? Just we are moving one position. After moving one position, we need to calculate the value. After moving one position, and before moving one position, you can see in the C bit, in the C step on the right side, that is K, you can find out the values. Sorry, on the right side, on the left side, whenever we multiplied the filter coefficients with the image by shifting one position, the final position will be shown in the F4, and the correlation value due to the multiplication of this shifted version of mask with F, we will get the output, that is 0, 0, 0, 8, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. And whatever the full correlation result we are getting in the G step, we need to crop that correlation result. Here, what is this cropping? That means we need to make the full correlation result, which is equal to the length of the given input image. What is the length of the given input image? So 3, 3, and 2, that is 8. That's why here you can see. So if you take from 0, 0, 8, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, then we can get the total 8 samples. So to get that 8 sample, we need to remove 2 zeros in left side and 2 zeros on the right side of full correlation result, which is shown in the step G. So how we are getting this full correlation result? Here you can see initially in C step, we are not moving. So we are placing the mask in such a way that it is coincident with all values of original input image by taking zero padding. Now in this case, the output is 0. That's why the first in G step, the first value is 0. After moving one position, again 0. After moving second position, again 0. Just what we are doing, we are just doing multiplication. In this step, you can see the first 8 is moving to the 0 and 8 is moving to the 1. So we are getting the 8 as a first value. After that, the 2 will cross this one. So 2 we will get. So 8, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0 we will get. In the same manner, in convolution also, we need to perform, we need to take the zero padding, but only the thing is, we need to take the mask as a 180 degrees. So how to take a mask as a 180 degrees means, that is by rotating 180 degrees, we need to consider the mask. Here you can see the difference between correlation and convolution. In A step, we have taken 3 zeros, 10000 image, and the mask as a 12328. But you can see if we shift 12328 will become 82321 mask. So 12328 mask, when we rotate it 180 degrees, it will become 82321. Again, here also we need to take the zero padding and we need to multiply each coefficient with the pixel values, and we need to shift one position to the right side every time. We need to calculate the convolved result, that is 0000123280000, which is the full convolution result, and we need to crop this convolution result, which is equal to the length of the original input image, that is 8. So to get 8 samples, what we need to do in step O, full convolution result, we need to remove 2 zeros in front of the result and 2 zeros after the result. That means on the left side 2 zeros we need to remove, on the right side we need to remove 2 more zeros. So here as shown in the step E, we will get the cropped convolution result by removing the last 2 zeros and the first 2 zeros. Why I am saying last 2 zeros and first 2 zeros? If you remove last 2 zeros and first 2 zeros, the remaining pixels will be, the length will be equal to the length of our original signal. The length of our original signal is totally 8 pixels are there. So we need to make this kind of cropped result as a 8 pixels. Coming to the nonlinear spatial filtering. Coming to the nonlinear spatial filtering. Nonlinear spatial filtering is based on the neighborhood operations. Also, the mechanism of defining MN neighborhood by shading the center point through an image are same as discussed in the linear spatial filtering. However, whereas in linear spatial filtering is based on the computing the sum of the product, which is linear operation. Whereas the nonlinear spatial filtering is based on the name implies that the nonlinear operations involved in the pixel of the neighborhood. For example, letting the response at each center point will be equal to maximum pixel value in its neighborhood is a linear filtering operation. So another example using this filter mask is given here. R equal to 1 by 9 summation I equal to 1 to 9 Zi with Wi equal to 1 by 9. So this is the one of the filtering mask we have. Here the thing is how to generate a spatial filtering mask. Generating an MN linear spatial filtering mask or generating a nonlinear spatial filtering mask means we need to specify the MN coefficients which are present in the mask. What is this MN? MN is the size of the mask that consisting of M rows and N columns. So in M rows and M columns, the filter will have the filter coefficients. These coefficients are selected based on what the filter response, based on what the filter is supposed to do. For example, if you want to replace the pixel in an image by the average intensity of 3 by 3 neighborhood centered on those pixels, then the average value at any location x comma y in the image is the sum of the 9 intensities in 3 by 3 neighborhood centered on x comma y divided by 9, that is given by capital R equal to 1 by 9 summation I equal to 1 to 9 into Zi. From this we will get the filter coefficients as W, which is equal to 1 by 9. You can see here clearly the average filter, which is a 3 by 3 filter. So 3 by 3 filter means it has totally 9 coefficient. So in order to find out 9 coefficients average, so what we have to do, we have to take all 9 pixels. The 9 pixels are 9 coefficients, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus up to 9 divided into 1 by 9. It will gives you average value. Or we can say that each coefficient value has a 1 by 9, 1 by 9, 1 by 9, 1 by 9, and so on 1 by 9, because every time we are calculating the average. So how we are calculating the average? So we need to multiply the coefficients with the pixel value, and then we need to divide the resultant product by 9, because the size of the filter mask is 9 here. So in the next class, we will try to discuss about smoothing filters followed by sharpening filters. Thank you.